mentions the exact time of this lunation. So, a lot of you may not be prepared. A lot of you may not know that I will be live. So that's all right. I hope you will watch it later. And thank you for all the hits that you gave me with my last report. It's really good to know that the work I do is getting out there. So this is the report, a very, very thorough report that I have prepared. So it's going to take some time. So, hold your horses and we'll get there, right? So let's begin with an introduction, right? So we've got the sun in Pisces with this lunation. Okay, so the sun moves into the astrological sign of Pisces tomorrow, okay, which is the 18th, and that begins the Pisces season. All right, so we've had this great compression at Aquarius, in Aquarius, and we've had this really powerful burst of energy from Aquarius. Okay, and now we are ready to move into the more mystical, more Jupiterian energy of Pisces with the sun's movement into this astrological sign. So let us understand a bit about Pisces and its polarity Virgo, where we have the full moon. So the full moon is when the moon and the sun are in opposition. That is the full moon. When the moon and the sun are together, that is the new moon, right? So now Pisces is a water sign, okay? It's mutable. So thereby a lot of energy of shift and flux and change and adaptability comes well with Virgo Pisces. More spiritual adaptability with Pisces and more physical realm adaptability with Virgo, right? Now, when you think about the water signs, okay, you think about Cancer, the first water sign. You think about Scorpio, and you realize that Pisces has no protective covering. Okay, has no protective covering like the Cancerian or the Scorpion. The Pisces is open, okay, and sometimes slippery because they slither between dimensions, okay. And Pisces being ruled by Jupiter, it's got this very and its sole ruler is Pluto, by the way. It is esoteric astrology, one of the signs of death, um, with of course Aries and Scorpio being the other two signs of death, where you must undergo a metaphoric death to embrace the new life within. Okay, so now we see that once we realize that Pisces has no covering, we understand that this energy is particularly vulnerable to onslaughts from, whether cogitation or whether, they're emotional empaths. So they suck in energy in whatever form, and that can sometimes really tire them out, right? Tire them out. So they're very vulnerable to 3D onslaughts. So they need to, from time and, between the time frames when they are productive, they need to step back and rejuvenate. Spiritual rejuvenation, not just, I go to a spa, I get a massage, and I rejuvenate. Pisces rules the feet, as well as the lymphatic system, as well as the melatonin and the pineal gland. So once you're doing the massage on a Pisces, you have to target their feet, okay, because they always seem to have certain, issues with their feet. Now, Virgo, this is where we have Luna or Soma or Chandra, okay? So this is where we have the full moon, that is the tropical astrological sign of Virgo. Again, another mutable sign, mutable earth this time, exaltation of Mercury at 15 degrees, domicile ruler Mercury, right? So this, and of course Jupiter is debilitated because Jupiter rules his polarity Pisces. So Jupiter is debilitated. So Virgo is a cleanser. It's a cleanser that cleans out debris from our auric field. That is the work of Virgo, optimization and cleansing. Okay, cleansing, definitely. Uh, Stagnant energy from all over our auric field is what this Virgo lunation is here to do. Cleanse that out. Okay, now there is a lot of with this particular lunation that we have at about 8:57, so 9 degrees first decan. This is an energy I know very well because I have my ascendant, I have my Venus at 12 degrees, which is pretty close by. So then you have this particular decan is extremely susceptible to the dynamics of pain and pleasure. So there is something about sadomasochism on a spiritual as well as a psychic level that seems to play. There's an interplay between Pisces and Virgo, these S&N tendencies, this juxtaposition of pain and pleasure, vacillating between pain and pleasure, between dominance and between assertion, dominance, and between submission and acceptance. So there's always this juxtaposition of variables, of polarities in these two signs. Okay, there's a cleansing happening. There's acceptance of pain, right? Releasing of the pain that must take place. Okay, what is the best thing to do? The best thing to do is clean up the mess in your life, no matter where it has been created. A Virgo full moon brings such powerful optimization power that it is the time to clean out the mess, the debris, the stagnant debris from your auric field. Okay, so and what happens when we clean all that debris? Once again, we become unsullied, untainted, like the virgin. Although the word virgin has been misrepresented by patriarchy. But if you really go down to the core concept of what is a virgin, someone who's unsullied, by knowledge actually, by a sexual acceptance actually, by sexual magic actually, but from operating from the Virgo polarity, it is a return to innocence. It is a return to that unsullied, untainted sort of physicality as well emotionality, as well as a thorough spiritual cleansing that is going to take place. Okay, there's just so much dirt coming through 3D world and all its vicissitudes that you use a full moon like this to really zero down on what's going on, where you've made that mess and it's time to clear it out and return and regain purity, unsullied, okay, and pure here, right? So this is a return to innocence. Virgo lunations are always a return to innocence. Now, and the thing with Virgo lunations is, yes, it can appear acrid, it can appear harsh, but Virgo always wants to heal and help. It's the sign of industry. It wants to optimize, it wants to heal and help. Okay, now very interesting, very, very interesting, the glyph of Virgo. The glyph of Virgo is like this. Okay, so you have the three lines that denote the three energetic vibrations of the goddess. Okay, and as the creator, preserver, and destroyer. Okay, and this is the Kundalini. So also in the Western system, like Eve, Isis, Mary, okay, creator, preserver, destroyer, the three glyphs. And also, of course, everything is triadic in nature. When I worship the Sri Yantra in Sri Yantra practice, we worship the goddess as Tripura Sundari. Tripura Sundari being the natural beauty of the three worlds. Okay, three worlds: earth, atmosphere, sky. Bhu, Bhuva, Swa. All the energies of the goddess are triadic. Triadic. Everything is actually triadic. Tester also said 3, 6, and 9. Once you understand the mystery of this, you've got it. Okay. Now, so Tripura, okay, Tripura in Vamakeshwara Tantra, which is a text, it is said that Tripura is the ultimate primordial Shakti, the light of manifestation. She, the 5 letters of the alphabets, gave birth to the 3 worlds. People who are doing the Sanskrit letter workshop with me, you know what I mean by the matrikas, the 54 matrikas and the manifestation of three loka or the 3 worlds, okay? Like her, like Tripura Sundari, Virgo has 3 states: the gross, the subtle, and the supreme aspect. I think we all have this triadic division in our psyche as well, where we operate in a gross plane, where we operate in the subtle plane, and where we go into the para stage or the supreme stage. Okay, at the heart of the yantra there are 3 bindus, again triadic, and this is called Kama Kala. From Kama Kala originates creation. This is the energy of Virgo. Virgo was the first sign of the zodiac, by the way, before, in the Babylonian times, the ancient Sumerian times. Okay, she was the first sign, and this representation, what stuff you will not hear anywhere. Uh, this stuff you will not hear anywhere is that Virgo is represented by this very this is Virgo Kamakala. Okay, if you look outside, if you study, it's all the Virgo supercluster, literally is where we live in. So the supercluster operates through this Kamakala, the 3 bindus, right? So Tripura Sundari Puja is very, very effective when you have a Virgo lunation. Okay, now let's understand the lunation in detail. So we've got the sun and the moon in opposition, creating a tension of polarities. Okay, you and me are opposite one another. So what does that mean? When you're in a debate, you're opposite somebody. So that person is literally sort of operating from a divergent, or rather a polarity. Their point of view is rather a polarity. So here we have the sun and the moon in Virgo, the sun in Pisces, moon in Virgo on the 9th degree, 8:57, but let's round up to 9. Okay, so this is a wet lunation as well as a dry lunation, because we've got the sun in Pisces, which is wet, but we've got the moon in Virgo. Virgo being earth is dry. Okay, so a bit about Pisces, let's understand a bit more. Venus is, and of course Pisces, the temperament is phlegmatic and sanguine. So phlegm and sanguine is wanting to mix, it's pleasant. Okay, now we have Venus exalted at 27 Pisces. So we immediately understand that this is a sign that is inherently Venusian in nature. Okay, inherently Venusian in nature, spiritual Venus. Come to think about it, Venus is actually a very spiritual planet. Venus is Ushana Shukra. Stuff a lot of people do not know and think that Venus is only love and sex and lust. No, Venus is so much more. Okay, Shukra. Now, Mercury is in fall. So with Pisces, there's a absence of linear logic, right? Jupiter rules this domicile. So spirituality, higher thought, idealism comes in huge doses with this mutable water energy. This particular lunation is taking place in the first decan of Pisces. Makes Jupiter the domicile ruler, makes Jupiter the decan ruler as well, because this is Pisces triplicity. This term is ruled by Venus. Okay, this is the first 12 degrees of Pisces is ruled by Venus. The term is very prolific and very benefic term. Cheery, fecund, fertile, luxurious, living with grace, friendly greeting, celebrating, loving, making progress without effort, and dear to the gods. So if you have any planets on the first 12 degrees, okay, of Pisces, then you have this powerful Venusian magic that is accessible to you, dear to the gods. Remember that. Okay, now the decan is also ruled by Saturn according to the Chaldean system, and Jupiter, Pisces triplicity. Very poetic decan, very poetic, dreamy, artsy. I have my moon at 11 degrees, opposite my ascendant, which is 10 degrees of Virgo. Okay, so very psychic area of the sky, very prophetic, full of seers, okay, prophets, divinators, energy like that, okay, because this has six prophetic stars, this part of the sky. Very psychic area, okay, prone to alcohol, and these people are of course empaths, also drugs. uh, Feet in some way can get affected, very good to get a reflexology massage, okay, and sleep cycles can get disturbed, okay, as well as the lymphatic system, right? Eight of Cups happens to be the tarot card. Eight of Cups, I have not managed to take up tarot cards as yet, because I just really had to finish up with this particular update. And honestly, Eight of Cups is like a pretty interesting image, because it makes you sort of leave what you already have, and it makes you go away on a journey, a sort of a spiritual journey that see, this is what happens when I go looking for a card. I am not gonna find it, but I'm not gonna give up, because you guys should also wait. So I'm using the Crowley Thoth Tarot today. So it's got this really profoundly attractive imagery, okay, very attractive for sure. So it's not gonna be easy, is it? It's one of those days. No. Anyway, Eight of Cups. Who knows Eight of Cups? Is Eight of Pentacles? Yes, I found that, but not Eight of Cups. So anyway, I have a really long report. I don't want to like really waste a lot of time, but it looks like I must have just passed it by. Didn't really want to get up over here and okay, we found it. Okay, Eight of Cups. Interesting. Indolence. Okay, so in a sense, this is about leaving things behind. When you know that it is time to leave something behind, and you leave it, and not just act, of course, indolent or lazy, but you really leave something behind and you walk away, because you know that that particular thing has served its purpose. Okay, this particular experiences are oversaturated now, and there needs to be a regrouping of the psyche to truly understand and glean through all of this wisdom that you have accumulated. So empathic. Now the fixed star connection with the sun. The sun is at 8:52. The sun is at 8:57, and the fixed star conjunction is Scat. SKAT is fortunate, of the nature of Saturn and Jupiter. So Ebertine says good fortune, personal charm, lasting happiness, psychic interests, sensitivity, occult interests, many friends. So you see, in this particular decan of Pisces, if you have any planets, you're very interested in the occult, in the spiritual, okay? A lot of psychic interest with this, of course. Now, the Sabian symbol, which is so interesting for this, because it's unlike a typical Pisces Sabian symbol, and that got me so excited. So, the Sabian symbol is a jockey. Okay, all 9 degree symbols involve something sharp. Okay, almost like a piercing sensation. When you look at the jockey in the race course, and the jockey literally pierces through the air. It's a forward momentum, right? Eight of Wands is coming into my brain right now. So something sharp, something that prods, something that pierces, something that pokes, right? So a jockey's job is to spur his horse and pierce through the air and win. He has a very clear cut goal. It's about winning. There's money that's been bet on this particular horse, right? So the jockey must know ways to tame the horse and inspire it to win. So will the jockey be harsh? Will the jockey whip the horse? Will the jockey, use harsh techniques? Or has the jockey worked so closely with the horse that the horse knows the jockey instinctively? So, is it going to be harmonious glide through the air and a win, or is it going to be man controlling beast, man versus beast, like we had that show, right? Is it going to be one of those situations, right? The jockey must also move his body with the horse, so very dynamic, very intuitive, very instinctive, as well as goal oriented. So that's something that, when you think of Pisces, it's like, are these people goal oriented? Because, oftentimes they seem not to be. But this 9 degrees of Pisces is exceptionally goal oriented. Now let's get to the moon. The moon is at 8:57 of Virgo, 9 degrees, and the moon is dry. Okay, why? Because Virgo is dry. And the moon is, phlegmatic, moist, cold. But in Virgo, the moon is dry. So, that. Ruler is Mercury, domicile, exaltation, Mercury, 15 degrees, fall, Venus. Jupiter, debilitated. So when you think of fall Venus, you know that Virgo can't have fun. Why? Because the planet of fun is in fall position. So this is also, of course, 9 degrees. This is Virgo triplicity, Decan 1. In the Chaldean system, the sun rules Decan 1 of Virgo. And by Virgo triplicity, the ruler is Mercury. Okay? And now, again, very prophetic Decan. Very psychic, and these people are seers, right? But the temperament is melancholic. All earth signs have melancholic temperament, and the sub-temperament is nervous. Why? Because Virgo rules the intestines as well as the nervous system. So the Virgo sub-temperament is nervous. The Virgo primary temperament is melancholic. Okay, so what you eat is going to be really, really, really important. Okay. Now, this is, of course, 8 of Pentacles, which I did happen to find at that time. So we've got the 8 of Cups, which is Pisces. And we I did see that. 8 of Pentacles. Remember, guys, if you were there, and I was like, oh, this is the 8 of Pentacles. But again, I'm not going to find it easily. But, oh, wow, I did find it. Prudence. So I love using the Thoth Tarot. It's really beautiful. So I love 8 of Pentacles, because 8 of Pentacles is about industry. It's about hard work. It's about really understanding the nuts and bolts of something in particular, something that you're working on. Okay, ultimately 8 of Pentacles leads to mastery. All right. So something about this decan, right? Something about this decan, it makes one very rigid in their belief systems. Okay, very rigid. Term 2, ruled by Venus. Okay, censored, so very prone to senses, wronging their marriage and being in difficulty because of this. The Virgo first decan, the Virgo term 2, ruled by Venus. Lucky in theatrical matters. They are most unnatural in their passions, especially when Saturn is in aspect. When Mercury is in aspect, they commit adultery. When Jupiter is in aspect, they commit sins which are forgivable. But they are condemned. They are condemned, okay? When Sun, which is when Sun is in aspect to this decan, hidden actions happen. When moon is in aspect, it meets with reversals and political opposition. If a term is held by malefics, then it can cause prostitution. So the second term of Virgo is quite a diabolical term. I explained how the different planets in aspect affect it. Okay, and if there is a malefic, who are the malefics? Saturn and Mars, as well as Uranus can be a malefic, of course. The thing with a particular chart is identifying the operational malefic. Saturn always does not have to be a malefic. Mars always does not have to be a malefic. Okay, they may be operational benefics in your chart. But here we are talking about a Mars and Saturn and not really Uranus. If they are present in this particular term 2 of Virgo, there could be prostitution. Fixed star connection is 856 Virgo, which is Alioth. Alioth is the black horse. Pretty difficult because this brings suicide in women. And Virgo term, Decan 1 people do tend to have suicidal tendencies. Okay, yes, it does, exactly. Suicide, I have my ascendant degree at 10 of Virgo, so I've always had this sort of, macabre fascination. I don't know what happened. It was off, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm going to repeat all of that, and I was talking in the process. So, suicidal thoughts in women, danger in pregnancy, this particular first decan, and especially this Alioth. So, 8 degrees of Virgo, take an orb of 2 degrees on either side. Okay, it's an unfortunate fixed star, Alioth. Okay, it's of the nature of Saturn and Venus. Now, Al-Biruni noted that it was Angiras amongst the Hindus. Angiras is one of the Sapta Rishis. Okay. Now, the thing with Alioth is that, occultists do not consider this to be a very strong influence, Alioth. Why? Because of its great distance from the ecliptic, right? Now, Alioth, if it is acting as a destructive force, it acts like Mars. So what is the property of Mars? Heat. Mars activates by heat. So of course we have to understand that Alioth is possibly got that Martian heat, right? Now Angiras is oftentimes also known as son of Brahma, okay, and sometimes called Prajapati. Uranus is also Prajapati, and as we speak, we have the Uranus and Saturn square, the first one. Okay. Now, Angiras is one of the Sapta Rishis, like I said. But when I hear the word Angiras, it reminds me of the Zoroastrian Angra Mainyu, which is evil spirits. Angra Mainyu is wrong spirit or enemy spirit. So there's something with, Alioth. Alioth could operate as an enemy spirit, right? The moon is conjunct fixed star Alioth. All right, the moon manzil. The moon manzil, this is the 10th moon manzil, okay, known as Al-Jabha. Al-Jabha is operational from 29 of Leo to 12 of Virgo. And the Picotrix calls it Al-Geba. Al-Geba. Healing of illness, significations of the 10th manzil. Healing of illness and ease of childbirth in women. So the magic done here is very powerful for this. Okay, childbirth easing. And I had a very difficult childbirth, and I had my ascendant at 10 degrees of Virgo. All right, I labored for 19 hours. And I was going to have a water birth, but it did not happen because of this tremendous difficulty in trying to birth my baby, who was really big. So always complications with childbirth. All right, now fashion an image of gold, head of a lion, and above it write the name of the Lord. Sense image with amber and say, you are a Dafir, lift up sadness, slowness and infirmity from my body, and from whomsoever consumes consumes water or food in which the seal has been placed. Okay, so remember that Aridafir is the name of the Lord of this mansion. Okay, this helps sick people and helps women giving birth, right? Aridafir. Sabian symbol for 9 degrees of Virgo. A man making a futuristic drawing. And as I was meditating on the Sabian symbol, I could not help but think of Mr. Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, a futurist like that, a leader like that, Mars in Aquarius, let me tell you, complete um, whacked out futurists. Okay, but here I somehow got the Elon Musk kind of vibe, a man making a futuristic drawing. Okay, or maybe Nikolai Tesla, right? So now let us understand the planetary positions. So Mercury is in Aquarius, 13 degrees, so decan 2, of course. Venus is in Pisces, 2 degrees. Beautiful, because Venus is now in her own term. So this Pisces, this first 12 degrees of Pisces is so Venusian. Although that 27 degrees is the exaltation of Venus. So Venus, decan 1 of Pisces in her own term, in Pisces triplicity, ruled by Jupiter, her friend. Mars is in Taurus, 27 degrees of Taurus. So, Mars is about to exit the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. And Mars is not particularly comfortable in Taurus. He rules Scorpio. So there's this, dynamic shift in the Martian heat, in that melancholic, dry Taurus. It's womb energy. So interesting. Jupiter is in Aquarius, 1613. Saturn is in Aquarius, 817. Uranus is in Taurus, and soon Mars will say bye bye, Uranus. It was so nice meeting you, and bye, Black Moon Lilith. And Neptune is in Pisces, his own dispositor, at 2011. Pluto is in Capricorn, 2559. Yes. Now, the most, when I was looking at the chart, of course, the final dispositor is Saturn once again. The second dispositor, the second dominant is Mercury. Venus is the third dominant. Air is the most dominant element in this chart, and there's a lack of fire. So lack of fire would mean lack of creativity, inspiration, and stuff like that. The shape of the chart, the particular lunation chart, it is a bucket chart. Okay, it's a bucket shape, sorry. And it's very dynamic, the bucket shape. Okay, all planets are in one side, and they mirror our mindset, all these planets. And Luna is opposite, right? And all our minds, they are, it's all these belief systems and all these significations of all of these planets. They will be tested by Luna in Virgo, right? She is the bucket handle, Moon in Virgo, and she highlights the private sphere of our existence. Right, now let's understand dispositions. We've got to understand. So Mercury disposited by Saturn, Venus disposited by Jupiter, Mars disposited by Venus, Jupiter disposited by Saturn, final dispositor, Uranus disposited by Venus again, Neptune disposited by Jupiter. Or if you are into modern astrology, the Neptune is in his rulership. Okay, Pluto disposited by Saturn. So ultimately we see how important Saturn is again in this equation. Okay, now we've got Pisces. There's something about the Pisces sun in this lunation that is expanding our emotional reaction and our responses and our sensitivity, right? And there is a need to protect the sensitivity within us. Okay, that's the Pisces energy. Now we also spoke about the glyph of Virgo. So let's understand the glyph of Pisces. Two fish tied together, swimming in opposite directionality. Right? So this is of course in the Western world, this is the myth of Venus and Eros. Venus being Aphrodite, Eros being Cupid. And both of these two people, these two gods, they transform into a fish to escape Typhoon, who had come to Mount Olympus to kill the gods, right? So they had to transform into two fishes and had to swim in different directions. So they are anchored, but they're still swimming away, right? So this clearly explicates the need for earthly love as well as heavenly love in the realm of 3D. Because when you're a fish, you're really hardcore in the realm of 3D. Now let's get to the Vedic system. Let's understand the Vedic system now, right? So we've got Sun in Satavisha in the Vedic system, like a 1448 of Aquarius. Okay, and this is Aquarius Navamsa. So it is the most Aquarius part of Satavisha, right? Pada 3. So the Sun wants Dharma in Pada 3. Dharma is the right way of living. Dharma is not religion. Alright, so Lord is Rahu, and when the Sun is in a Rahu rule nakshatra, we can have mental deficiencies. We can have dullness and forgetfulness. Okay, like I said, because this is the Aquarius Navamsa, Saturn here is is very visionary. Saturn being the ruler, Aquarius Navamsa, futuristic yet philosophical. Very philosophical side to this Aquarius Navamsa, Satavisha Pada 3. Eccentric and rebellious, okay? Because as I said, this is the most Aquarius part of Satavisha. Planets here do well on the material plane, as this is Virgotama, okay? Virgotama position, where planet is placed in the same sign in both D1, which is the Lagna chart, and D9, which is the Navamsa chart. So this Virgotama position is very strong, okay? However, there are self-destructive tendencies, negative tendencies, intoxication prone, Satavisha. The Sun is in the 12th house in this particular chart that I've drawn. Eyesight is affected, okay? Issues with the father, and not very good for wealth, sorry. Recognition only comes through selfless service, powerful secret enemies, trouble with the right eye, right eye. I'll give you a mantra on how to correct trouble with the right eye, okay? Sun is in Kumbha, which is Aquarius, so short-tempered, hardcore strength of a native. Sun in Satavisha, mad amounts of strength, individualistic, sociable, detached, however, humanitarian, intuitive, and can have low self-esteem, that Aquarius Navamsa, and stubborn as hell. Sun and Venus are both in Aquarius in the sidereal chart. So this makes us very affectionate. It gives us this popularity, this energy, the natives especially. Successful actors, warm-hearted, cheerful, loving, but unhappy in marriage. So Sun, Venus together again, that combustion, okay? Venus is combust whenever she is 10 degrees on either side of the Sun, okay? So combust Venus gives one a vulgar and romance-less married life. Vulgarity that comes in with this particular energy, okay? This combust Venus brings vulgarity. Now Moon is in Purva Falguni. I said Moon is in the 10th Moon Manzil, Aliyot, conjunct the fixed Aliyot. Here the nakshatra is Purva Falguni, Pada 1. Moon wants Kama. So the moon is full of desire, right? And this is the Leo Navamsa. And Purva Falguni is ruled by Venus. Interestingly, this is the birthplace of Jupiter. So it's a beautiful relationship. Although traditional texts, Vedic texts say that Jupiter and Venus are not friends. I cannot accept that. To me, they're very close friends, okay? Leo Devamsa, so venereal diseases, delicate health, compromised immunity when the moon is in Purva Falguni. Whenever the moon is in a Venus ruled nakshatra, with the significations like that. The moon is in a Venus ruled nakshatra, she'll behave in a particular way. The moon is in a sun ruled nakshatra, the behavior is different. So this is another way to glean meaning. Okay. Now, moon being in Leo, Purva Falguni is in Leo, Leo Navamsa, the most Leo part of Purva Falguni. Loyal, stubborn, bold, selfish, irritable, proud, ambitious, haughty, vain. Deity is Bhaga. Bhaga is, a Vedic god who's the brother of Aryaman, and Bhaga means god of fortune, right? Uh, Very I, me oriented energy, moon in Leo, very self centered and very sexual energy. When I think of Purva Falguni, I tend to think of Madonna. Madonna has a moon and ascendant degree both in Purva Falguni. So you see how she's, got all that artistic oomph, as well as that presence, that leonine presence, as well as the sexual energy that seeps in through her work. This is the nature of Purva Falguni. Okay. And the moon anyway wants karma. She's in Pada 1. Now, before I start with the tarot reading, root mantra for Leo, moon. The mantras I give is, hi, I have to make your video. I remember just now, I have to make your video. I'm going to get to that after this, all right? So, the root mantra for Leo is Om, Reem, Shreem, Sao. So, Reem is Shakti Beej, Shreem is Lakshmi Beej, Sao, I said, is a very powerful bija. I've made a separate video on the bij Sao. Please watch it. Okay. Now I said I'll give you a mantra to strengthen the right eye. Om, Aim, Im, In, Ing, Ing. Om, Ing strengthens the right eye. You may even touch the right eye with intention. Say Om, Ing, Ing. Okay. Now, the beach for the sun is Om Raum Reem Rom Sah Suryaya Namaha. And for moon is Om Shrang Shri Shom Sah Chandraya Namaha. Okay, so that was the report. I hope this helped you understand a bit about Pisces and the Virgo lumination. Now let us understand the tarot for each astrological sign. Okay, now before I mix these cards, let's understand this is the Pisces Decan 1 card. This is the Virgo Decan 1 card. And 8s. So I'm actually born 8/8. So 8/8. Right? Okay, so let's get straight to. I have actually not been able to make any YouTube videos all this while. I don't know, they've started playing some crazy music in the background. I hope you can hear me. But I have so much content to do. And I am actually planning to make a move near the Himalayas to a place called Dharmashala. So please do support me if you like my work, because I will be creating impossibly beautiful content all the way from Dharmashala in the Himalayas. I don't know why they're playing all this loud music. But let's get straight to the point. All these cards had to fly out because I was talking about Dharmashala. Please help me get to Dharmashala. I have like 13 cats that I have to take with me, and 3 dogs, all rescue animals. I cannot leave them behind. I have to figure out a way. Oh, wow. It's crazy. All right, so let's understand the energy for Aries. Okay, so Aries, your ruler Mars is at the very end of the fixed sign Taurus. So not a traditionally strong place for Mars, but I think the Venus connection sort of softens that Mars Ace of Cups. So what I think is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it could mean that a blessing gets Ace of Cups is blessing, fertility, fecundity, pregnancy and all of that. So this in reverse means that it could, okay, fine, still Virgo is a house of yours, it is a house of yours. So which house it is and all of that. So listen, Aries, this could mean that a boon is being delayed, okay, but you just have to hold on, wait for Mars to move into Gemini. Thank you so much. Please do share with your friends. I only tend to get 300-400 views in my new moon and full moon chart, and I take a lot of time to work on this, and I make no money from all the content that I create. And I feel a compulsion, like I have to come out and make all of this content because, like I said, I have been initiated from a very young age, and I come from a very ancient spiritual lineage, and I have had tremendous experiences with the occult and the psychic, and I feel like, I need to put out all this information. So please help me in whatever form you can. Wow, this is nice for you, Taurus. 10 of Pentacles, which tells me that you are manifesting a life of abundance. All of the hard work that you're doing is going to pay off. So just hold on. And your ruler Venus is in Pisces, which is a sign of her exaltation. So now let's get to Gemini, because Gemini, your ruler Mercury's already had his inferior conjunction with the sun and is going forward. Midpoint of Mercury retrograde has been reached, and the 9 of Swords, Gemini, tells me that you are in extreme anguish, and incidentally the degree of this lunation happens to be 9 degrees as well. So there's just something very prophetic about the 9 of Swords popping up for you, Gemini. It's a cycle that's concluding. Thank you. It's a cycle that's concluding. All right, now Cancer, and okay, let's get to Cancer. The moon is in Virgo, and oh wow, and we have the card of Leo, which is last, which is actually strength card in Rider and Waite Smith deck. Crowley quotes it last. It's about taming that animal within. So here, Cancer, Leo for you is also the second house of income. So some income related issues could pop up, like where you really have to understand and tame that animal inside you to access greater wisdom. Leo, the sun is in Pisces, not a traditionally strong place for the sun. Let's see what we have. The card. I don't have a Gemini strong. I am a Mercurial ascendant. I'm a Virgo ascendant, and Gemini is my 10th house, or my MC. And yeah, there's some interesting connections that my 10th house is making. But no, I don't have primarily any huge activity in my 10th house. So, mastery, Leo. Whatever it is you're doing, you're on the path to mastery. Virgo, it's your lunation. So, it's a special dose of Virgo and energy cleansing from all the madness. Oh, wow, nice. So let's check out with Virgo, right? We are with Virgo and we've got the Two of Cups, which is love, love, love. It's a twin flame card actually. So Virgos, you may experience a profound romantic connection, okay, or Hyros Gamos within. Now Libra, your ruler again is in that exalted place, Ace of Swords in reverse. So there's no clarity right now, okay, with regards to a particular query that you have. uh, I think you've got to wait a bit, Libra, okay? Whatever it is, the text you want to send or the proposal that you're creating, it may take some time to reach culmination, okay? Now we have, who did we just do? Maybe Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh, wow. We've got the Six of Pentacles, success. It's a gift from the universe. It's a gift from the goddess. It's Six of Pentacles for my precious Scorpios. All right, you're going to get a grant. You're going to get a gift. You're going to get something, okay? And now we've got a Sagittarius. Oh wow, the Emperor. Again, another major arcana, the Emperor, the card varies. So yeah, control over yourself, over your surroundings, a position of power, maybe even, promotion, maybe even interacting with someone who sort of turns out to be like a mentor. Okay, now we've got Capricorn. Isn't that amazing? We've got Capricorn. See, I almost kept that the other way. Okay, Capricorn. Wow, we've got the Ace of Swords straight for Capricorn. So yeah, there's clarity in thought. There's, definitely a new idea that is sprouting somewhere deep inside of you. And now we've got Aquarius, where we just had this great compression. So let's see. Wow, again the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of clarity with regards to Aquarius as well. I'm grateful for that. Okay, Aquarius. And now Pisces. I don't want that Ace of Swords. It was just happening to me the other day that I just kept pulling that Four of Swords the whole day. It just happens sometimes when you're just working with the cards and you go on. Wow, Pisces, Two of Cups, a twin flame connection. I am ecstatic for you guys and ecstatic for Virgo. So if you have like planets in Virgo, Pisces polarity, love, a very special love story is gonna take place, and that's gonna be amazing. So I got this really beautiful silver ring that is actually astrologically connected to the moon, and the moon is actually my dominant planet. So, and the moon is actually in opposition to pretty much a lot of my stuff, like my ascendant degree, my Venus, my Mars. So it's a night chart, but more like a twilight, early morning chart. But the sun is under the ascendant degree, so it's a 12th house sun. Uh, Thank you very much for being with me on this live, and it's so nice of all of you to have joined. Please book your readings, or Miles, I'm gonna get your Sun Moon Ascendant degree because you already donated, and more than what I expected. So thank you so much, and uh, I do intend to be. I'm going to make this video right now for Miles, so I think I'm going to go live with it. I just need to check your chart before I do, but yeah, it's been really interesting, and it's please do share this live, uh, and Omnia Vincent. I know Amor means love. But yeah, okay. So please, before I go, help me get to Dharmashala. For there, I'm going to have specialized meditation under the Himalayas, and I'm gonna have some really beautiful stuff happening from there. So please support me in any way that you can. And oh wow, conquer all. Yeah, I need to conquer myself though, and that is I think gonna open doors, right? But please help me get to the Himalayas. And if you're interested, okay, yes, Amor, yes. Yes, more. Okay, so please, if you're interested, search for this place called Dharmashala. So what I intend to do in Dharmashala is take a place where I can make like a sort of a spiritual retreat where I can house all of you people. So for a very nominal fee, you can join my mentorship programs, and you can travel all the way through the Himalayas, and you can come and meet me, and you can live with me in my house, and which as I said, I intend to keep a spot for about 3, 4, 5 people at any time to come in for apprenticeship. So, we would go for long walks in the Himalayas, and we would do puja. So, I'm obviously going to be teaching a lot of Tantra, a lot of puja padvati, a lot of how to worship the Shivling, Abhishekam, what mantras to use, what is the way to do basic puja, Sandhya puja, and all of that, as well as mantra workshops, tarot workshops for sure, astrology workshops, a combination workshop for some people who only want Western tropical for them. Some who want only Vedic for them. So, please help me in any way if you can, by donating or by booking a reading. So I can quickly go to Dharmashala before another lockdown hits. It's still open right now for me to travel all the way, but as I said that the expenditures are insurmountable because I'm going to be carrying 18 animals with me and a baby. So it's I don't know how I'm going to get it all done, and I don't have like the wherewithal to get it all done by myself. If I'm going to set up a retreat or an ashram where I know many of you kids write to me and you want to come over and you want to spend time in India, I think it's going to be a very powerful way that you can just come to India and you can live with me and you can take one of my mentorship programs and just exist in this sort of sadhana and mantra and spirituality, crystals and all of that kind of stuff, mandala drawings, and you know uh, bonding with trees and bonding with the Himalayas, just going for spiritual treks. There are such ancient monasteries in Dharmashala. You cannot imagine. It's monumental. It's really beautiful. So please help me. And Miles, I'm so sorry for the delay in making a video, but I'm gonna get right to it in a bit, and I'm gonna make your video. So thank you very much. You can also request your own Sun Moon Ascendant video for as less as $11, okay, cents. So just please donate, and see you soon. May this lunation find you in the best of health and spirits, and may you cleanse all of that psychic debris, and may you embrace that power that is coming to you. Thank you so much, and speak soon. Bye.